Hey everybody. So we're going to be talking about wealth building again here today. I mentioned in one of my earlier videos that if you're a 20-year-old, you can start by saving $200 per month for the next 45 years. And by the time you're age 65, you'll have $1 million. Whenever I mention this in any of my talks, I often get kind of blank stares and then I get questions. And the questions go like this. How am I supposed to save $200 a month when I'm really just trying to make rent, pay my utilities, and just kind of stay afloat and keep on top of my credit card bills and all those things? And certainly I recognize that it's not easy, but I do want to give you one possible way that you can look at finances and to just use this as an example for how you can save money over time. This comes from this book called The Automatic Millionaire, and it's by David Bach. I highly recommend this book. I used this to teach my kids when they were, very young. I think they're probably 8 or 9 years old, and we started learning some of the lessons within The Automatic Millionaire. And in this book, one of the things that he talks about is this thing called the Latte Factor, which is, somebody who goes out and they go to Starbucks or their favorite coffee shop, and every day they're purchasing a cup of coffee for themselves. And so I looked at this and I'm like, is this a real thing? Like, if you were to just cut out that cup of coffee every day, could you in fact build wealth from that? And so I ran the numbers myself. I'm a believer in this, actually. I have a cup of coffee in the morning. First thing I do when I wake up, I make myself a cup of coffee at home, drink that coffee and start off my day. So I calculated how much my coffee costs when I make it at home. I'm a Walmart shopper, so I went out and did all my pricing at Walmart. What it turns out is that I can make a cup of coffee and I spice it up a little bit, right? So I'm actually making a mocha for myself. And I can actually do that for about 14 cents per cup of coffee. So what this means is that over the course of a year, I'm paying 14 cents per cup of coffee, which amounts to about $51 per year. So that's what I'm paying for my 1 cup of coffee every morning. So going back to, Automatic Millionaire and this Latte Factor, you kind of run the numbers, right? So let's say that you're going to Starbucks and you're actually going to be as frugal as possible and you're going to get a cafe Americano, just straight coffee, and you're going to get a short. So this is the smallest cup they have, right? Not even a tall. So what this amounts to is you're paying about $4.50 per cup of coffee, which amounts to, over the course of a year, over $1,600 per year. Now that's with the cheapest cup of coffee at Starbucks. So let's say you splurge, right? And you're going to get a tall cafe latte, and that amounts to $5.50 per cup, which means you're spending over $2,000 per year just at Starbucks. If you compare to my daily and annual spending for coffee, which is about $51 versus about $2,000 that's spent at Starbucks over the course of that year. What that means is I'm saving well over $1,500 per year just on that one change in how I go about drinking coffee. So let's take that, right? $1,500 per year amounts to $125 per month that I'm saving. So now I can take that $125 per month and I can put that directly into savings and investing. Now this is just one example, and I don't mean to say that you have to adhere to this way of life. Maybe you enjoy coffee and maybe that's a treat for you. I'm not saying that completely deprive yourself of that or go to the most frugal ways possible, but this is just one example of a choice that you can make in your daily living that over time has a very big impact, not only on your daily and annual spending, but on your long-term wealth. And again, what we're really after is helping you to achieve financial freedom and independence through your lifetime so that you can move forward and do other things that you like to do. Please take this to heart that there are countless other examples that you can provide and think about on ways to save and invest more. All right, thanks. Take care.